everyone. Today I want to talk about a very difficult topic: how to move forward after being fired. Being fired sucks. It saps our confidence and it saps our energy and it makes us feel like a failure. It also saps our self esteem. Now, how do you address this as you move forward in your job search? Whether it's the resume preparation, the cover letter preparation, or preparing for the interview. Let's talk about this. Now, what others may think of you and how others may feel when they hear about the firing is something that may be on your mind. How will they view you? Will they see this as a stain on your record? Will they see this as a failure on your part? I suggest that you get ahead of the crowd. Sometimes it's best to pick up the phone and have a conversation with those closest to you so they understand what has happened from your perspective. Your mentors, your past professors, maybe the persons who assisted you in getting this particular job, you want to reach out to them first. You want to be ahead of the conversation. However, I want to point out that being fired is not the end of the world. There are executives who we all respect who were fired at least once from their jobs. Steve Jobs was unceremoniously dismissed from Apple, the very company that he started. Now, what are some of the strategies that you want to employ having gone through this traumatic process? I would say you start with getting a full understanding of the firing. Assess it as objectively as you can to figure out, why did this happen? What can I learn from it as I move forward? Now, how big a problem is this going to be as you move forward in your career? That's something that you want to talk about and think about. And you want to discuss this again with your closest colleagues and your mentors. Get their objective view on the matter. They have your interests at heart and they will speak directly to you and truthfully to you to counter your own biases. You want to create your own narrative as you move forward. And how you do this is going to be extremely important. You want to finesse the story and shape the content. But this has to be without fibbing or lying. You must be truthful in this regard. Now, I'm not asking you to volunteer or share information that is not requested, required, or asked of you, but at the same time, you want to shape this narrative in a way that is beneficial to your moving forward. Now, before you jump back into the job market, I would suggest that you just slow down a bit, you know, think about what has happened and deal with the sadness, the bitterness, and the trauma of being fired. I call it healing before hunting. And this is very important because it helps you to take control of your mind and your emotions before you go back into the job seeking mode. Now, you want to figure out before you start hunting exactly what is it that you want to do next. What's the right job for you? What's the right fit for you based on what you have learned from this experience? I suggest that you get the word out within your network that you're looking for new opportunities and in a very specific way. Let these persons know the type of opportunities that you're looking for so they can help you find that next best fit. I also suggest that you do not leave gaps in your resume or CV as it relates to the firing. Some persons ask me, should I just leave it out because I don't want anybody to ask me about it? It's not the best thing to do. What you want to ensure is that you prepare your narrative prepare that story, prepare those talking points for when you're asked the question. So, how do you prepare for the interview? And how do you prepare for answering that dreaded question? Why did you leave your last job? No, when you were fired, I mean, this is not something that you're comfortable with, but you would have been prepared for it. So, to handle this in the interview, I say prepare, prepare, prepare. Write out the script, recite it, videotape it, watch it, and make sure that you're comfortable with it. But keep it short. Please do not go into the details. I've been in interviews where executives have explained to me every single point and about the story and what happened. I know they're trying to be sincere and want me to understand it was not their fault, but it really does not help. Keep it short and be respectful. Be respectful to your last employer. No matter how bad the situation was, it was a job and there were benefits and opportunities to having the job at the time. And the blame game and the shame game does not work. Your recruiter, the hiring manager, is not going to look favorably at this, you know. So I invite you to take responsibility for your part in the firing. What did you do wrong? You know, what could you have done differently? And remember, everyone knows that, you know, some people, some bosses are impossible to get along with. And everyone knows that sometimes you get impossible targets. So you don't have to make a case where that is concerned. Now, as you go into the interview, I want you to take control of the interview. What do I mean by taking control? I want you to steer the conversation. I want you to package your answers in a way that it fuels the next question. So you want to talk about what you bring to the table, how you would add value to the organization, the experiences that you have had, the projects that you have worked on, the results that you have had, and make a case for why you are the best fit candidate for the role. Now, having prepared and having done all you can to present yourself in the most positive light for this organization, you are well on your way. So I suggest that you take a moment, breathe deeply, and start taking care of yourself. Take a positive attitude to this thing. And who knows, maybe being fired could be the best thing that ever happened to you. I wish you all the best in your job search.